What if your faith could cost you your life tonight? And what if the only thing standing between you and death was your God? In a kingdom ruled by power, one man stood out, not for strength but for integrity. Daniel was different, faithful, consistent, unshakable. While others chased influence, he chose devotion. While others adapted, he remained steadfast. Every day, without fail, he knelt by his window and prayed. But what no one realized was that this quiet habit would soon become a death sentence. Because in the shadows, envy was growing. Men watched him, studied him, hated him. They couldn't find fault in his work, so they targeted his faith. A trap was set, not against his weakness, but against his greatest strength. A decree was signed. For 30 days, no one could pray to any god or man except the king. Anyone who disobeyed would be thrown into the lion's den. Daniel knew. He knew the law. He knew the consequence. He knew the lions were waiting. And still he walked to his window. Still he knelt. Still he prayed. Not in secret, not in fear, but just as he had always done. Because his faith wasn't seasonal. It wasn't convenient. It was who he was. And so they came for him. He was arrested, accused, condemned. Even the king, who respected him, could not reverse the law. And as the sun began to set, Daniel was led to the den, a place of darkness, of hunger, of no return. The king spoke with a trembling hope that Daniel's God would save him. But hope doesn't always stop consequences. Daniel was lowered into the pit, and the night began, surrounded by creatures built to destroy. Teeth sharp enough to crush bone, power strong enough to end a life in seconds. Daniel stood in peace. No chains, no weapons, no escape, just faith. And then something unexplainable happened. The lions didn't attack. They didn't strike. They didn't roar. The mouths that were meant to destroy him were shut. Not by force, but by God. Through the darkest hours of the night, Daniel was not alone. Where fear should have ruled, peace remained. Where death was certain, life stood untouched. And when morning came, everything changed. The king rushed to the den, his voice breaking with desperation. He called out, not knowing what he would hear. And from the darkness came a voice, strong, steady, alive. Daniel declared that his God had sent an angel and shut the lions' mouths. He was lifted out of the den, without a wound, without a mark, because he trusted in his God. The trap failed. The lions failed. Fear failed. But faith did not fail. And in the end, it wasn't the den that defined Daniel. It was his decision. Because when the world closes in, when the pressure rises, when the cost is real, and the night feels endless, the question remains, will you still stand? Faith isn't proven in comfort. It's revealed in the den.